Good morning friends. Welcome you all to our channel Board and Beyond. We are dealing with polynomials and this is lecture number 3 on polynomials. Okay, so let's get started on to the topic. So friends, where did we leave in the last class? We left you with these questions to be attempted. This question to be attempted in the last class, right? Okay. Now friends, those of you who have attempted this and has got the answer correctly, congratulations to them. For those students, those who have not done it, for those of my friends who attempted and could not do it, let me just do it onto the board. Okay. So now, what does it say? It says that square of the sum of roots. We are expected to find a quadratic polynomial, or we are expected to formulate a quadratic polynomial who has got, or the root of which has got this property, right? Okay. So square of the sum of roots is equal to 16. What does it mean? Square of the sum of roots, that is alpha plus beta whole square is equal to 16, right? You are able to understand this? And square of the difference of roots is equal to 8. So alpha minus beta whole square is equal to 8. So these are the two things that has been given to you, and you are expected to find a quadratic polynomial which has got these properties. Okay. Now friends, let's do one thing. Let's expand this. Alpha square plus 2 alpha beta plus beta square is equal to 16. I'm just using the property a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? Okay. So let's expand this also. Other one. Okay. Is it right? This is a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So using this property, I have expanded this. Let's subtract equation 1 and equation 2. So the signs will change. Sorry, this will become minus, minus and minus. So in the process, this will get cancelled and this will get cancelled. So I am left with 4 alpha beta is equal to 8. Right? So this also says that alpha into beta will be equal to 8 by 4, that is equal to 2. Okay. Now you see my friends, I have got product of the roots here as equal to 2. I need to find out the sum of the roots. Now just look at this. Okay. So alpha plus beta whole square is equal to 16. So what does it say? Alpha plus beta is either equal to plus or minus 4, right? So I'll just write it like this. Alpha plus beta whole square is equal to 16. So this signifies alpha plus beta is equal to plus or minus 4, right? We will consider plus 4. Okay, we will consider plus 4. Although you can consider minus 4 also and proceed further, but for a moment we will consider plus 4 and take it forward. Okay, so alpha plus beta is equal to 4. Correct? Now look here my friends, you are here with sum of the roots and you are here with product of the roots. Now can you write a quadratic equation? Yes, you can do that. Okay, so let me rub this question off. Okay, I will just use sum of the roots and product of the roots. See friends, this type of question is actually taking you little extra time, but yes. So alpha plus beta is equal to 4 and alpha beta is equal to 2. That is what we got. Now as per this, it should be alpha x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. This would be the quadratic equation that we have seen it in the last class, right? So this would be equal to x square minus alpha plus beta is 4. So 4x plus 2. Okay. So this is the required quadratic equation. Correct? Now, let's say in the examination, this was a fairly simple question that it was not fairly simple, I'm so sorry. It was a pretty little difficult question. Okay. So to solve it and to formulate the quadratic equation. Let's say in the examination it has been asked for a 5 marks. Okay. And you are expected to verify the relation between the roots and the coefficient of this quadratic equation as well. Okay. So what do we do now? Okay. So we will write this quadratic equation, or else we'll rub it off. I'll just use this quadratic, x square minus 4x plus 2. So f of x is equal to x square minus 4x plus 2. Correct? Now we will try to find out the roots here. Okay. So friends, please pay attention here, because whatever I am going to tell you on the board now will take you out from all difficult situations which you land up in a quadratic polynomial wherein you are not able to factorize or you are not able to split the middle term. You are getting my point? So this is a situation of that kind, because what happens is multiplication of the first and the last term is equal to 2x square. Right? Now we need to break 2x square in such a way that their sum or the product, sum or the difference should be equal to minus 4x, which is not possible. Okay? Even if you try, which is not possible. So now what do we do? So first of all, we just reproduce this quadratic polynomial and equate it to 0. Since we are expected to find the roots, we equate it to 0. Right? So this becomes x square minus 4x. You please take this term on the other hand. This is equal to minus 2. Correct? Now, please understand. See, this is of the kind x square. Let me write a little bigger, so you will not be able to basically see it. It's okay. So x square minus 2 into a, that is x, into b. Let's say b is equal to, I need to match this term. Okay. So b is equal to b square, that is b is equal to 2. Okay. Now what I have done, it should be plus b square here, right? Friends, please pay attention here. Minus 2. So what I have done is that I have basically introduced the extra term here. You are getting my point? So x square minus 2ab plus b square. B should be something. Okay. To make it a perfect square, this is b. You are getting all of you are getting this point. Let me write it in yellow. Okay. So this is b. Okay. So b is equal to 2. So we introduce 2 here. That is 2 square. 2 square. So how much is 2 square? 2 square is nothing but 4. Okay. So what we have done is that on the left hand side of the equation we have added 4. In order to not change the equation, we should add 4 on the other hand also. You are getting my points, friend? How do we deal about the equations which you are not able to factorize? Okay. So this gives me, this whole gives me x minus 2 whole square is equal to 2 from right hand side. Now you are in a little comfortable situation. Okay. So this suggests that x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus root 2. You are getting my point? I am taking a square root on both the sides. So this suggests that x is equal to 2 plus or minus root 2. You are getting? So now finally we arrive at a situation wherein we can say one of the roots is equal to 2 plus root 2 and other root is equal to 2 minus root 2. Okay. So let us say alpha is equal to 2 plus root 2 and beta is equal to 2 minus root 2. So these are the roots that we have got, alpha and beta. Now let us verify alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. Okay. So alpha plus beta is how much? Alpha plus beta is equal to this plus this. Right friends? So 2 plus root 2 plus 2 minus root 2. So this becomes how much? This and this cancels, plus and minus. So this leaves me with 4. So alpha plus beta is equal to 4. Right? Now let us come back to the quadratic equation that we had formed. Okay? So alpha plus beta should be equal to minus b by a. How much is b here? B is nothing but the coefficient of x, including the sign. Right? So that is equal to minus of minus 4. Divided by a is how much? 1, which leaves me with 4. Now you see my friends, this and this. We have established the relation between roots for alpha plus beta as per this quadratic equation or this quadratic polynomial. Friends, sometimes I refer to as quadratic polynomial and sometimes I refer to as quadratic equation, because the moment we equate the quadratic polynomial to a constant, it becomes a quadratic equation. So please don't get confused on that. Okay. So alpha plus beta has been dealt with. Now we need to deal with alpha into beta. Let me write with alpha into beta is the product of the roots. So this product is nothing but 2 plus root 2. Okay. Let's do it here by friends. You are able to see. Yeah. So product of the roots alpha beta is equal to 2 plus root 2 into 2 minus root 2. You are getting it? Now, what is this? A plus B. This is of the form A plus B into A minus B. You are getting? You all are getting this? This is of the form A plus B into A minus B, which is nothing but A square minus B square. You remember that identity? Okay. So this is nothing but 2 square minus root 2 square. Okay. So this is nothing but 4 minus 2, which is equal to 2. Now look here my friends. This is alpha into beta. Now coming to the quadratic polynomial. Okay. So as per the quadratic polynomial, product of the roots alpha beta should be equal to c by a. Right? So now c is equal to how much my friends? It is 2. A is equal to 1, which is also equal to 2. Now you see this 2 and this 2. We are able to justify or we are able to verify even the product of the roots for this quadratic polynomial. So here ends the sum. Okay. So hope it has thrown a challenge to you and you are basically learn out of it. Right? Okay. So let's move on to next topic, that is graphical representation of a quadratic or a polynomial in simple terms. Okay. Whether it can be a linear or it can be a quadratic or it can be a cubic polynomial. We will go up to cubic. Beyond cubic we will not go, right? Okay. Beyond cubic we call it as polynomial. We will not deal with quadratic in this classes. Okay. Now coming on to the graphical representation. Okay. So let's take a very simple example, friends. Linear. I'll first deal with linear polynomial. Okay. So let's say y is equal to 2x plus 3. It's a very simple polynomial, right? 2x plus 3, it's a linear polynomial. So whenever we are expected to plot a linear polynomial on a graph sheet, okay, we do it like this. We just make a table. I'll plot it that side. Okay. So here we write x, here we write y is equal to 2x plus 3. Sometimes you might not be able to see what is there on the board, or since it is small, so I just read out whatever I write here so that at least you can hear that. Okay. So let's say we will take up some negative values and we will take up some positive values here, right? Okay. So let's start with minus 2. If I put minus 2 in this equation, value of x as minus 2, this becomes minus 4 plus 3, that is equal to minus 1. Okay. Let's take minus 1. Minus 1, when we put minus 2 plus 3, that is equal to 1. Right? Let's take 0. Value of x as 0. So this becomes 3. Now value of x as 1. This becomes 5. You all are getting it? Value of x is 2. It becomes 7. Right? Now we try to actually plot it on a graph sheet. Okay. So this is x-axis, friends. X. Let me write little bigger. Minus x. This is y. This is minus y. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 0. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. Now we start plotting it, friends. Okay. Minus 2. For x is equal to minus 2, y is equal to minus 1. For x is equal to minus 2, y is equal to minus 1. So something this point. Okay. We write coordinate for this here, that is minus 2 and minus 1. I will write the coordinate in different color. Okay. So that it becomes a little visible to you. Minus 2 and minus 1. Now minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 and minus 1 is this point. Minus 1, minus 1. Now 0 and 3. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 3. Alright? Yeah. Okay, one second. One second, my friends, 1 second. Minus 1, if I write here, it is minus 2. Sorry, it is minus 1 and plus 1. I have plotted it wrong. I'm so sorry. Second point is minus 1 and plus 1. So minus 1 and plus 1 is here. This point. Okay. Plus 1. And first one was minus 2 and minus 1. Minus 2 and minus 1. Minus 2, minus 1. Second point is here, my friends. Okay. This is 0 and 3. This is here. 0 and 3. This is 1 and 5. 1 and 5. Next point is 1 and 5. 2 and 7. 2 and 7. 2 and 7. Now, when we try to plot it, so this is not there. So, when we try to plot it, okay, this point is minus 1. Okay. So, when we try to plot it, so this is the required line. Okay. So, on this line, okay, we should be writing it here 2x plus 3. Okay, because this line represents the equation to polynomial 2x plus 3. Now the point which has to be observed here is that any quadratic polynomial, when plotted on a graph, right, when it meets the x-axis, the coordinate of x-axis at that point where it meets is the solution for that polynomial. Now you see, this has actually met x-axis, this axis I am talking about, at this point, right? which is in between minus 1 and minus 2. So let us say that is minus 3 by 2 or minus 1.5. Right? So the solution for this, solution for this polynomial as per the graph, x is equal to minus 3 by 2. Right? We'll just try to verify it here. When you put minus 3 by 2 here, so it becomes 2 into minus 3 by 2 plus 3 is equal to minus 3 plus 3, which leaves us with 0. Yeah, so this equation is becoming 0 at minus 3 by 2. So minus 3 by 2 is 1 root. Okay, and since this is a linear polynomial, at the maximum it can have only 1 root. Okay, so let us move on to a quadratic polynomial. This is not so difficult basically. So let's move on to a simple quadratic polynomial. Y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. Right? This is the polynomial given to us, and we are expected to plot this on a graph sheet and give the solution for this polynomial. Okay. So, like we did it in the previous example, we just plot a graph here. Sorry, we just make a table here. So this is x and this is y is equal to this function. Okay. So x square minus 3x minus 4. So let's start with minus 2. So when we place minus 2, this becomes 4. This becomes plus 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. Minus 4 is 6. Right? If you place minus 1, so this becomes 1. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Minus 4 is equal to 0. You are getting my point? When we put 0 here, this becomes 0. Minus 0 is 0 itself, minus 4. When we place x is equal to 1, so 1 minus 3 is equal to minus 2, minus 6 is equal to minus 4 is equal to minus 6. 2, we get 4, right? Minus 6 is equal to minus 2 and minus 4 is equal to again minus 6. Okay, let us try and put 3. When we put 3 here, it becomes 9. 9 minus 9 is equal to 0, minus 4. So on and so forth. Okay, it will keep on continuing. Let us plot it. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8. Right? Okay, friends? So, we'll just plot it. So, x is equal to minus 2, y is equal to 6. X is equal to minus 2, y is equal to 6. Minus 2, comma 6. X is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0. So exactly this point. Right? X is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 4. I am not writing the coordinates because I need to write it very small. X is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 4. I am just encircling it in yellow. Okay, x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 6, x is equal to 2, y is equal to minus 6, x is equal to 3, y is equal to minus 4. Okay, now we will try to plot this graph. So friends, this graph is plotted like this. It will go up like this. Maybe for one more reference, we take it as 4 also. So 4 square is equal to 16. 16 minus 12 is how much? 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So it should be 4 0. Yeah, almost there. 4 0. X is equal to 4, y is equal to 0. You are getting my point? So this type of graph, my dear friends, is known as a parabola. Okay, parabola is U-shaped, okay, symmetrical about its own axis. Okay, so something like this, which is symmetrical about its own axis. This axis I am talking about. So this portion is equal to this portion, or parabola. Okay, so symmetrical about its own axis. Parabola can be either face opening upwards or a face opening downwards. Okay, depending upon the value of this. Okay, so if a, the coefficient of x square, right? Okay, so before getting onto parabola, let me just get away with this, do away with this. So this parabola, okay, is intersecting x-axis at two different points, right? One is this point, okay, wherein x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0. Okay, so x is equal to 1, that is one root. X is equal to 1 is one of the roots. Now at x is equal to 4, it is again intersecting. So x is equal to 1 and 4 are the two roots. Sorry, x is equal to minus 1, my dear friends. I am so sorry. X is equal to minus 1 here. So minus 1 and plus 4 are the two roots, which you can see from here also. Just observe this, whatever I am encircling in yellow. You are able to get it? See, for x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 0. So f of x is becoming 0. That means that is a root of a polynomial, which is evident from the graph as well. Right? When x is equal to 4, y is equal to 0, or f of x is becoming 0, that is evident from the graph also, that 4 is also another root. Now since this is a quadratic polynomial, it can have maximum of 2 roots. Okay? So we have identified both the roots, minus 1 and 4. Okay, so this is how you go about quadratic polynomial, plotting it on a graph sheet. Okay, so now I was just telling you that if a, that is coefficient of x square, okay, is greater than 0, if a is greater than 0, you get a parabola of this shape. Okay, if a is less than 0, you get an inverted parabola of this shape. Right? You are getting my points? There will be a certain situations, okay, if the quadratic polynomial doesn't have a 0, you get a parabola of this case, this shape. This parabola doesn't meet the x-axis at any point of time, right? So we don't have a solution, or we don't have the root of this quadratic polynomial. Either it can be like this or it can be like this. So whenever you are plotting, if you are coming across a parabola which looks like this or which looks like this, you can tell that this parabola doesn't have a solution, or this quadratic equation doesn't have a solution, doesn't have roots, right? You will come across certain situations. Okay. So friends, this was parabola. Okay. So sorry, quadratic polynomial, plotting it on a graph sheet. Okay. And then basically finding out the root thereof. Okay, friends. So this is all for this session. Okay. So next session, what we are going to take, that is it will be polynomials, lecture number 4. Okay, wherein we will be plotting a cubic polynomial graph, and then we will be deriving the relationship between the roots and the coefficient for a cubic polynomial, and we will take few examples also. And the last session on this will be basically a polynomial assorted in the sense I will have mixed up questions. So all these my videos you need to watch till the end to understand the total concept, okay, because I put in efforts to create this, so you get the maximum benefit out of it. Okay, so friends, this is all for this session. Let's meet up in the next session. Till then, have a good time. Bye.